Welcome to Manchester United News. We begin the day's news from reports that Manchester United have made £2 million Marc Cucurella loan bid, but Chelsea are seeking a larger fee. However, the Blues are expected to turn down the initial offer as they seek a larger loan fee. Cucurella is open to a move to Old Trafford, but negotiations are delicate with other left-back candidates having been sounded out. United boss Erik Ten Hag is thought to favour Cucurella, whom he believes fits his style of play. The Spain international has been an unused substitute in all three of Mauricio Pochettino's first Premier League matches in charge at Stamford Bridge. However, Cucurella is thought to be in contention to play for Chelsea against fourth-tier AFC Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup second round on Wednesday night. United are considering alternatives should they fail to reach a deal with Chelsea for Cucurella, including Tottenham's Sergio Reguilón and Lyon's Nicolas Tagliafico. In similar news, it has been reported that West Ham have decided to leave the race for Harry Maguire, as things stand, after their attempt to restart talks with Manchester United for the defender. He is no longer on the club's list at this stage. The 30-year-old ex-United captain played 31 times in the 2022-23 campaign for the Red Devils, playing a total of 1,593 minutes. This was nearly half the minutes he played in the 2021-22 season, when Maguire played 37 times, and tallied a total of 3,169 minutes. The decrease in football for the England international sparked interest from other teams in a move for Maguire, to see if they could tempt him away from Old Trafford, with the prospect of more playing time. This included links to the likes of West Ham, Tottenham, Everton and Aston Villa. However, recently West Ham have signed Stuttgart defender Konstantinos Mavropanos for a fee of around €20 million, and therefore are less desperate for defensive reinforcements this summer. In a latest development, it has been reported that Manchester United reserve goalkeeper Dean Henderson has completed his medical with Crystal Palace ahead of a £20 million move to the side. The deal is said to be worth an initial £15 million plus £5 million in add-ons, as the Eagles look to secure a new starting goalkeeper with Vicente Guaita set to depart. Henderson will make the move to Selhurst Park after previously being linked with Nottingham Forest, where he spent last season on loan. Steve Cooper's side were looking to secure another loan move for the Englishman, who kept 6 clean sheets in 18 Premier League appearances for them last season before sustaining an injury in January which kept him out for the rest of the campaign. The 26-year-old will become Palace's third signing of the summer, with Jefferson Lerma having arrived on a free transfer from Bournemouth, whilst young Brazilian forward Matheus Franca has joined for just over £17 million. In a new development, Man United striker Rasmus Højlund has been named in Denmark's squad for the upcoming international break, hinting the injured £72 million forward could be fit to star against Arsenal on Sunday. Højlund, who arrived at Old Trafford from Atalanta for £72 million earlier this summer, has yet to feature for the Red Devils after sustaining a stress fracture in his back during a preseason training session with his former club. United looked toothless in attack, with Marcus Rashford leading the line during their 1-0 win over Wolves and 2-0 defeat by Tottenham at the start of the season. However, with Anthony Martial trusted down the middle against Nottingham Forest, Rashford looked back to his best as he assisted United's first and won the match-winning penalty in the 3-2 win at Old Trafford on Saturday. Højlund's inclusion in the Denmark squad bodes well ahead of Sunday's Man United vs Arsenal clash at the Emirates. I have some clear agreements with the club. That is, Højlund should preferably get some minutes so that we can see that he's there, Hjulmand said after the Denmark squad was announced on Tuesday. He lacks game time, that's clear, but he's going to play a role for Denmark, so we'll have to see what he can do. Højlund was selected alongside fellow Manchester United star Christian Eriksen, who was on target against Forest at the weekend. Still on the international scene, Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana makes U-turn and could miss 4 Premier League games. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana has been named in the Cameroon squad for their upcoming fixture, 8 months after he retired from international football. The 27-year-old had called an end to national team duty after the World Cup in Qatar last year following a fallout with manager Rigobert Song. At the Qatar World Cup, Onana started for Cameroon in their opening defeat to Switzerland, his 34th international appearance, but was dropped for the subsequent draw with Serbia after a disagreement with his manager's tactics. The goalkeeper was sent home before his nation's final group game, which saw them defeat Brazil but failed to qualify for the knockout stages of the tournament. Onana had not been included in an international squad since his retirement but has now been named as part of a 24-man squad for the upcoming match against Burundi. Onana's possible return to international duty could be a blow to United ahead of next year's rescheduled African Cup of Nations tournament in Ivory Coast. If Cameroon does qualify for the competition, then Onana stands to miss a number of fixtures early next year, with the tournament running from January 13 to February 11. In a new development, Manchester United fans are fuming after learning of an issue with transfer target Altay Bayindir. The Turkish goalkeeper has been strongly linked with a move to Old Trafford before the window closes. However, his move from Fenerbahce has yet to be completed, despite talks over triggering his £4.25 million release clause. According to reports, United are being careful before finalising the deal, due to Bayindir having a back injury. The 25-year-old has been recovering from the injury and had initial medical tests on the issue last week. It is understood United want to test the severity of the setback before giving the green light for the move. Supporters are less than impressed with the news, though, with one tweeting, "We're running a charity organization lol." Another added, "What's up with us and signing injured players?" A third fan also wrote, "Adding to our injury list." Meanwhile, one more fumed, "Not again," turning Old Trafford into a triage. Summer signing Rasmus Højlund also joined the club with an injury and has yet to make his United debut. Bayindir is said to be in Manchester this week to finalise the details of his full medical. The player is expected to undergo testing once a fee has been agreed with Fenerbahce. His arrival would see him provide backup for Andre Onana, with current understudy Dean Henderson likely to leave the Red Devils. The injury problems continue to grow ahead of the trip to face Arsenal this weekend. Here is a list of those who are currently sidelined with injury. 1. Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane was replaced at halftime in the win over Nottingham Forest, though Erik Ten Hag's comments after the match suggested the move was a precautionary one. Ten Hag said, "He had complaints, we didn't want to risk him. We know we have Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, good replacements. So we don't take the risk. But what the complaint is and if it is really bad, we don't know. We have to wait." Potential return date, September 3 versus Arsenal. 2. Mason Mount. Man United confirmed that Mason Mount would be out until after next month's international break due to a small complaint. No details on the nature of the injury has been given, though it has been reported that Mount could miss between 4 and 6 weeks after picking up the injury against Tottenham. The home match against Brighton straight after the international break could come too soon, with a return a week later against Burnley a possibility. Potential return date, September 23 versus Burnley. 3. Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund is yet to make his Man United debut after arriving from Atalanta for £72 million, but Ten Hag suggested ahead of the Forest clash that the striker could be in contention to face Arsenal this weekend. Last week Ten Hag said, "He's near." Today, for the first time, he came into team training, so next week we expect him to do a full week of team training, so he is near to the squad. Potential return date, September 3 versus Arsenal. 4. Luke Shaw. It is less positive news for Luke Shaw, who Ten Hag confirmed will be out for even longer than Mason Mount. The left back has picked up a muscle injury, with the club suggesting he will be out for a number of weeks. However, reports claim that Shaw's issue could be more serious than that and a return before October is unlikely. Potential return date, October 2023. 5. Tyrell Malacia. Tyrell Malacia missed the preseason tour to the USA with an injury and is yet to feature in the Premier League this season. Ten Hag revealed Malacia will be unavailable for a few weeks, with unspecified issue, with the left back set to be unavailable until after the international break at the very least. Potential return date, September 23 versus Burnley. 6. Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo has missed the start of the campaign after suffering an ankle injury against Real Madrid in preseason. Speaking earlier this month, Ten Hag revealed the teenager could be in contention again by the start of November, if not sooner. Ten Hag said, "At this moment, he's not available, but I think he will also, in say 1-2 months. Not in 1 month, but in 2 months, he will be available. And so, for the winter, that is coming up, he absolutely will have his games." Potential return date, November 2023. 7. Tom Heaton. Tom Heaton has been unavailable for the opening 3 games of the Premier League season. The goalkeeper is out with a calf injury picked up on the eve of the new campaign, but could return after the international break in September. Potential return date: September 16 versus Brighton. 8. Amad Diallo. There was also a pre-season setback for Amad Diallo, who picked up a knee injury against Arsenal in the USA. The club confirmed Diallo would miss the first part of the season, with no update on his recovery provided since. Potential return date: unknown. Fans: who should the club buy, Cucurella or Nicolas Tagliafico? Leave your comments below in the comments section. Till next time, thank you for watching.